Quantum supremacy is a concept that describes a milestone in computing. It refers to the practical demonstration of a quantum computer surpassing classical supercomputers at performing a specific calculation. In other words, quantum supremacy occurs the moment we manage to solve a problem using a quantum computer that would otherwise take millions of years, if not be completely impossible to solve, on a classical computer. Back in 2019, Google published an article on the Nature Journal claiming to have achieved quantum supremacy. So what have they actually done, and what does this mean for the rest of us, if anything? To better understand what quantum supremacy is, we first need to know how a quantum computer works. Any computer is a machine that can accept an input, perform an operation with it, and output the processed data. A quantum computer works in the same fashion. However, while the computers we have at home or in our cell phones process the information using bits, a quantum computer uses qubits. It is the main unit of information in a quantum system. A qubit is the evolution of the traditional bit, the core of quantum computing. While a traditional bit can hold either 1 or 0, a qubit holds both of them at the same time. This is a property called superposition and enables quantum computers to run multiple calculations exponentially faster than a classical computer can. Another feature of qubits is called entanglement. This concept describes an interaction between two qubits, through which they start to act like a single entity, even when apart. Qubits are still very difficult to create. For starters, they need to be cooled down to almost absolute zero. Even harder than creating them is making them work together. To make yourself an idea, both Google's and IBM's latest quantum processors have only 53 functional qubits each. In theory, a quantum computer only needs about 300 qubits to be able to encode more information than the amount of atoms in the universe. While there exist quantum computers that supposedly have more qubits, these may not work together at once, which is important to get the complete effects of quantum computing. Let's go back to quantum supremacy. The term was popularized back in 2012, but predates to the origins of quantum computing. As you may recall, quantum supremacy is achieved when a quantum computer is able to perform a calculation faster than a classical computer by a rather large margin. In 2019, Google claimed to have performed a calculation on their quantum computer with their Sycamore quantum processor in about 3 minutes. That would otherwise have taken tens of thousands of years on an ordinary supercomputer. So, has Google really achieved quantum supremacy? Well, it depends. IBM, another pioneer in quantum computing, has counterclaimed that their classical supercomputer is able to solve the problem that Google proposed in a matter of days, at most, instead of the thousands of years Google estimated. Some scientists are still very skeptical of the very concept of quantum supremacy and are of the opinion that it is unlikely to ever be achieved. There is no accepted consensus so far. Personally, I think only time will tell. Building a system that allows to achieve quantum supremacy is quite hard, particularly because in quantum systems, even the smallest of errors can accumulate over time and cause it to fail. Quantum computers suffer from noise, which can come from all sorts of devices that utilize radio communications and even the power source itself. Quantum computers also suffer from quantum decoherence, which is a complex concept, but is basically a loss of information that occurs every time the computer measures the state of its qubits. These two problems are currently limiting the scalability of quantum computers, but some solutions have been proposed, and we can expect more in the future. Although there are diverging opinions about what harnessing the quantum power will enable us to do, nothing is certain. Even experts in quantum computing are not sure about the complete range of problems that quantum computers will do better than classical computers. However, as quantum computing evolves, here are some of the improvements you might expect to see. First of all, contemporary cryptography may be completely broken. The methods of encryption we currently use rely on the fact that factoring really big integers is a difficult task, even for the most advanced classical supercomputers. A quantum computer has less limitations in this regard and will be able to decrypt most of the currently used algorithms in a matter of seconds. However, quantum-resistant algorithms are already being developed to counter this fact. A field that experts think quantum computers could help advance is chemistry. It is expected that quantum computers will be able to simulate chemical processes much better than classical computers. Therefore, they could be used to find new polymers and substances with specific properties, such as a superconductor, or even revolutionary medicine and drugs. Google has presumably conducted such a simulation in the past. Finally, some speculate that quantum computing could be of use in artificial intelligence. A quantum computer will be much faster at performing machine learning and are better suited for AI-like applications. To conclude, even if quantum supremacy is reached, do not think for a second classical computers will suddenly be obsolete. Quantum computers are not meant to replace classical computers, merely complement them. It may take decades of technological advances to make quantum computing more widespread than it already is. At the end of the day, quantum computing is still very recent, and it is too early to promise anything. But if everything goes right, quantum computers could be a massive feat for humanity, just as computers once were.